Welcome to Linda's TV show. If it is your first time of stopping by and you like this program, please do not hesitate to subscribe and you turn on your notification bell. That is very, very important, as it will enable you to know when I upload a new video. I present to you information about what is happening in the whole world, Nigerian to be precise. You are free to leave your comment constructively after watching each of my video. Please do it judiciously. I appreciate all of you. It's not easy for you to leave whatever you are doing to watch my program. May God Almighty bless you, because I do not have anything to give to you. As we hop into today's video, remain blessed. So guys, before I play this video in full, I need to say this: Nigeria will not cease to amaze me. Today, Buhari came out. He said he is ready to work with the youth. But what surprises me here is this: me looking at this man called Buhari that I'm watching here, and you too will be listening and watching soon, is that Buhari, according to his age, should be more than 70-something years old. But the one I'm seeing here is looking young and fresh. Now, who is deceiving who? They have come with another politics promising the youth. Well, as for me, I believe in Biafra. I am praying for Biafra to come so that we will go to our land and live happily. Now, guys, watch closely. Is this Buhari? Tell me in the comment section. Thanks.
And I want to also acknowledge the love and care you have demonstrated to the generality of young people in this country. You have created, approved, established so many empowerment programs, starting from the Empower that started with a simple conversation, Mr. President. Way back in 2015, I remember we were in a bus and you had a whispered conversation with the Vice President then about what you can do for the teeming population of young people that always throng at you or at your rallies, and then gave birth to ideas of social investment that today now is the most humongous and successful project in sub-Saharan Africa. You've created a youth investment fund under our Honorable Minister, someone we are very proud of, Sunday Dare. The Youth Investment Fund, you have told them to create and make available 75 billion within the course of 3 years, so that young people would be able to catch on into it and bring something out of themselves. Through the CBN, the Anko Borrowers program, and so many COVID-19 reliefs that help shore up the so many businesses that have suffered in the course of the pandemic era. About 190 billion naira has been dispersed so far to about 500,000 individuals and households. It is the biggest direct payout to citizens in the pandemic era in sub-Saharan Africa. Again, Mr. President, thank you very much. However, like Oliver Twist, Mr. President will always ask for more. We'll ask for more because we are 60% of a 200 million strong population. In 200 million people, Mr. President, if we are 60%, we are roughly about 120 to 140 million people. If that is the case, the youth population of this country alone is more than the combined population of the rest of sub-Saharan countries, and including some parts of Southern Africa, including South Africa, Botswana, Namibia, and Lesotho, and the rest combined are not up to the population of the Nigerian young people. And therefore, Mr. President, we have a few recommendations and a few requests as party members. The legacy, your legacy, Mr. President, is more important to us as young people than it is to anybody who is older. Because it is your legacy that we are going to be wallowing in for the next 20 to 30 to 40 years, God willing. And it is a legacy that we are proud of, and we are going to ensure that it is sustained. So, Mr. President, a few recommendations. We'd like to see there's so many programs of young people that have been scattered everywhere that we would love as part of legacy. We want to applaud you, Mr. President, for creating the Disability Commission, the Diaspora Commission. It would be good if the youth have their own commission under the Ministry of Youth, headed by a young person and all the issues brought in one place so that we'll be able to focus and fine-tune it going forward. It will be a legacy that will outlive your administration and something that we'll always be proud of. Just like people always remember with nostalgia how you have done the war against indiscipline during your military junta. It will be something that we'll be proud of years to come from now. Mr. President, we would also want you to consider that young people being the most energetic zeal of this country, that for every committee to be set up either by government or a political party anywhere, that whatever the requisite qualification required, that there's a slot, 1 or 2, that is left for young people to fill in. Because you know very well, Mr. President, you've said it to me before, sometime back in 2008, 2009, that you don't teach a man how to drive by putting him in the back seat. You teach a man how to drive by putting him in the passenger seat. Because God forbid, if something happens to you and he needs to take you to hospital and he doesn't know how to drive very well, then both of you are in trouble. So the young people have come of age. Let's put them on the passenger seat so that they learn the mechanics of the motor vehicle so that they will be able to deliver. That is what we are here for, Mr. President. Thank you very much for giving us a listening ear. Finally, Mr. President, back to politics. The APC is re-registering. You have gone and you have registered as well. This is our time, this is our opportunity, Mr. President. You stand taller than most of your peers and your colleagues in terms of integrity, and looking back to see who you are leaving behind to be able to pull him back up. Mr. President, be our major supporter and our pillar of support. Be the bridge that will help the young people to participate in every level of politics, be it in governance and politics and political party. So that sooner than later, Mr. President, we learn the mechanics of leadership and we'll be able to pull ourselves by our bootstraps. And then you, Mr. President, will have the singular legacy of able to create the humongous pool of young people as future leaders as we go along. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for this time, and thank you for seeing us on such a short notice. God bless you and God bless this country.
I am delighted to be part of this meeting today, not only on your commitment to strengthen our party and its progressive ideologies, but more importantly, your role in the social sphere, body policy, politics, and governance of our dear country. Having started my participation in the governance of this country at a young age myself, I know the energy, versatility, and vibrancy that youth can bring into public service. This is why I take every issue related to young people very seriously and try as much as possible to engage them by having constant conversation to gain from their useful and inspiring insights into issues of today.
Of young people. And like he said today in his speech, is that having started his government journey at a very young age as well, being a governor at 33, being a head of state at 42, he understands the vibrancy that that young people can bring into public service, and therefore he encouraged us to continue on a path, not to be cowed, not to be intimidated, not to be allowed to be manipulated by anyone. He wants us to go back home, encourage our friends and our colleagues, the young people, to go back to their constituencies, register for the APC, be party members, pay their dues, make contributions, make input, because he believes that change actually begins from the ground up. And it is only when you are a member of the party that you'll be able to determine who will represent you at that party level. Basically, the president is saying, this is our time, this is our moment, they have done their part, this is up to us. That is why he vehemently supported the registration of the party. He wants young people to use their energy and zeal to get into the party, to be able to take over the platform so that they can determine to a large extent who governs them. Because it is very clear that whoever emerges from the political party process ends up being the choice that the general electorate have. If that choice is bad, that's what the electorate will have. So he encouraged us to go back home and do that. The president also mentioned the fact that he has listened to the agitations of young people across the country. And therefore he's setting up a small committee made up of largely young people to go around the country and converse with their colleagues to come up with solutions on how to have an equitable distribution, of economic, political, and so many other things that we'll be able to do for ourselves. In simple words, the president encouraged us, let us not sit back, let us not wait for somebody to do it for us. We have in him, those are his words, you have in me a major supporter. You have in me a major supporter. And that was what the president said. We're taking this gauntlet. We're going to every nook and cranny, every political unit word, 120,000 of them the units, 8,812 wards, 774 local governments, 36 states plus FCT. We're going to tell every young people, this is your time. Don't sit back. I'll answer this briefly and I'll let the woman leader say a few things as well. I'll let Stella, not woman leader now. Yes, I think there is room for improvement about youth participation in governance. I think there's always room for improvement. And I think the president acknowledges that fact, that, look, there is room for improvement, and we are willing to open our doors to have a conversation about that. The president is the head of the government, but he may not be responsible for everything that everybody. He has given other people responsibilities, and he thought they ought to do what is right. Our job now, because he has given us the go-ahead to engage, is to remind everyone that is either appointed or elected under the platform of the APC, that you have a responsibility to include young people. And the president said, I am your partner and I'm your major supporter. So yes, there is room for improvement. And yes, this committee is going to ensure that we have an improvement in terms of engagement with young people in public service and in political office.
You need to look right here, because I happen to be the national woman representative of the All Progressive Congress, and the youngest in the history of African politics. So there's nothing too much that the party has not started. The party has started in the right foot. We have young people now occupying such positions. Apart from that, we have very young people who got appointed at their early 30s, mid-30s, into executive position. I also double on that. I happen also to be the executive director of the Nigerian Export and Import Bank. I was appointed by Mr. President at the age of 32. And at 35, 36, most likely 36, I'm now the national woman leader of the All Progressive Congress. So yes, the young people have opportunities to take a leaf from what has started. And I am very positive that by 2023, we'll have very more young people involved in the politics of Nigeria. But while we'll proceed to our congresses and our congresses at the world, local government, and at the federal level, we're also very hopeful that we'll...
Deep in the shadows.
Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time or first day of coming across my YouTube channel or seeing my face, you are highly welcome. Herzlich willkommen zu meinem Kanal. Mein Name ist Linda Chukwueze. It comes as Miguel. That red button that says subscribe, and you turn on the notification bell so that you'll be able to get information on it.
Bis zum nächsten Video und einen schönen Tag. Tschüss.
Tschüss. Bis man subscribe to Linda's TV show. What are you waiting for? Click on that red button that says subscribe. You turn on the notification bell so that you'll be getting more updates from me. Leave your comments down below and share this video with your friends, families, and colleagues until we meet again in my next video. Bye bye.